Neil Simon play. We are live from The Prisoner of Second Avenue. Here it is. It's that wonderful New York cinematography that you guys have grown to love. It's time for some more jibber jabber, some more yapping, some more pondering, pontificating, hypothesizing. I took a shower and shaved today, so got kind of a footloose kind of look going on. And maybe I will go down to 71st Street so it's quieter. New York is best seen with innocent eyes. Pete Hamill for Donna Karan, New York. Innocent eyes. Is that true? Would you agree that New York is best seen with innocent eyes? I was up till 6 a.m. watching 9/11 TikTok. It's part of the magic of TikTok, is the way that whatever is relevant and kind of in the news cycle, whatever arises, kind of just materializes. I didn't ask for 9/11 TikTok. I guess they just, I mean, it's a pretty intense video. It's pretty intense content, you know? It was a reality show, kind of. It was Armageddon. It was like a Jerry Bruckheimer movie come to life. And watching these videos, I mean, you know, I definitely mention 9/11 like pretty regularly, but like all the time, really. But actually revisiting and thinking about it and kind of going, you know, like the thing about TikTok is all these different perspectives just kind of pop up. Maybe stories you haven't heard before. I mean, one of the things that kept popping up was like phone calls. The last phone call that people made to their loved ones. I'm on a plane that got hijacked. And just reliving that day that seemed to be built in. That was kind of the point of 9/11, I think, was that, oh, this is Marymount Manhattan College. Oh, okay, this looks pretty dope, actually. I wonder if I can get a teaching job here. Can I teach some poetry at Marymount Manhattan College, do you think? Open mic poetry, philosophy of performance, performance studies professor. Sort of an expert in the local cabaret. I will say this, if one of the things that I'm kind of happy about, or I don't know, I think one of the values of the open mic and filming the open mic is I have a pretty good historical archive of the performance scene in New York circa 22 to 20, you know, to the present. You know, it's like probably just about everybody, or most everybody who does open mics, who kind of is out there hitting it hard, probably has come through Easy Paradise at least once. And so, you know, all of the videos on YouTube, we have kind of a serious archive. And it's kind of just, it's an inventory in a way. And who knows, you know, we could have multiple people that make it and become famous. I wouldn't be surprised. I think we all know that there are people among us who have got what it takes. And I mean, even in the short time that I've been doing it, like certain videos, certain people have kind of broken through. So if people search for a certain person, maybe the Easy Paradise thing will pop up and they'll see, you know, a comedy set. I will say that it kind of gets annoying to me that people regularly use the Easy Paradise footage, which is something that I provide, and they don't credit as a videographer. A lot of times I have not gotten credit for a lot of things that I've done. And it's become more in vogue on Instagram to credit videographers. If somebody films you or whatever, a lot of times you'll put a little credit in the caption or whatever. And so it kind of pisses me off that people just use the Easy Paradise camera. I mean, that's what it's for. You know, that's why I do it, so people can watch themselves if they, if they want to. Or, you know, because I don't know. I mean, most people are probably filming their fucking performances now anyway, but I know for me, just having to worry about set up a camera, roll on a thing, it just adds kind of another layer of something that can go wrong and another kind of pressure or something. So it's kind of nice that it's just there. So people can go back, you know, maybe they didn't film themselves, but it's like, okay, well, I got it. So it's like you can go back and get your performance. You can rip it from YouTube. Like I said, I'm happy. I notice it a lot. I mean, my camera has a very distinct look. There really isn't another person filming open mics on a fucking camcorder circa 9/11 era. My camera looks like 9/11. It looks like a 9/11 camera, basically. Let's get this fucking. Let's look down the avenue there. Beautiful Lexington Avenue here. So yeah, not that anybody watches my live stream. Like I said, I love that people use it. It has a very distinct look. I wish I had an HD. I might be looking into getting a better camera this weekend. But for the time being, it's vintage. It's authentic. It's got a, like I said, it's got a fingerprint. And I think it's sort of come back in style as like, you know, an affectation. Like whatever technology era that camera is, I think it's sort of, it's on the 20-year trend cycle. So now it's cool again, I think, to shoot. I don't know. It looks like shit. No one's ever gonna watch. I mean, the fucking open mic videos, people have kind of stopped watching, to be honest. My views are way the fuck down on that. And it's like, I get it, we do saturate the market. We are flooding the market. But like I said, we make this stuff for the future. All of this is for the future. Everything I'm doing now, my vlogs, all of it. That's why I film the open mic, because it's like, you know, if I didn't film it, it would be cool and everything, but it'd just disappear. And it's like, that seems kind of counterproductive. It's like, if we're going to do this, we're going to get all these people, we're going to throw this event. It's like, let's get a fucking record of it. Let's put it online. You know, that's the space that we're living in now, where it's like, we're living in this hybrid kind of bionic world where you watch live concerts, you pay per view fucking Kill Tony from Madison Square Garden. People are paying $15 to watch that shit live. And it's a way of just extending, like, okay, the poetry reading the other night, there was probably, 10 or 15 people there, not a whole lot, but then I can post it online. It might have some afterlife on YouTube, and 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that shit's gonna be really valuable. The archive is valuable. It might not seem this way now. A lot of the stuff that seems like, why are you filming this, or why are you posting this, or why have all this, but it's like, the more stuff you can save, I feel like, the better. You know, it's like, that's what we have as artists. That is the body of work. You know, your yeah. I mean, it's nice to do stuff that kind of just goes up in vapors into thin air and shit, like Shakespeare. He never recorded any goddamn thing. And that stuff was actually good. But from what I understand, he didn't write it down. They had to, like, reconstruct the text from the fucking actors and shit. He really was writing that stuff just to kind of, like, burn up into nothing. But we live in an era where, like, for one thing, we have the capability. They're sort of inviting us. These websites, YouTube, Google, whatever, they kind of want you to, you know, produce as much goddamn content as you possibly can. but at the same time, it's like I don't use a really nice, modern looking camera, and I don't have studio quality sound from the board, which I tried to experiment with like last year. I tried to plug into the board, and it kind of, with varying degrees of success, I really couldn't tell if it was better or worse. But the sound from the camera, it's a little too lo-fi. To be honest, sound is the most important thing with your videos. Like, you gotta have a mic, you gotta have direct sound, or else people it really affects the picture quality, to be honest. If you have a direct, kind of nice audio signal, you can layer a lo-fi image over it, and it actually kind of is cool. I hate how blown out the fucking sky is when I do this. I really need a new camera. But for me, it's an economic thing, right? I don't have the money, the space, the time to buy some super expensive camera, take it to every show. This camera I got is this big. I can throw it in my backpack. It costs $8. So if something happens to it, it's not the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, I'm not investing maybe what I need to. Like if I had really good video and audio and more of a production around the show on Mondays, there might be an audience online. Like that's what's kind of interesting about this moment and kind of frantic about this moment is like it really does feel like it's open season, and like it's almost like they just opened up Oklahoma or something, and it's like you got to run out and you got to stake out your territory. You could build an audience online if you had good production, and you've got just as much as fucking Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show, right? Where they rolled back to 4 nights. There are people at open mic that got more fucking views probably than Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show. There's people on fucking TikTok that are getting millions of views on just like stupid little videos that they post about, some kind of very brief observation. And so it really is like open season for poets, for writers. Something I've wanted to do for a long time is do like an Instagram serial movie where like you just film one scene at a time and you make it. I think Instagram changed their ratio. I tried to post this fucking thing that I had cropped a certain way and put through a program to get it to fit on the Instagram ratio. Now it's like 1-to-1. So it's like I gotta reformat my whole shit. But I'd like to do something that's like a fucking prestige television, except for Instagram, or TikTok. Why isn't there a series that's like the fucking Sopranos of TikTok or something? Or or High Maintenance, right? Why isn't there like a web series that's like narrative? Every fucking podcast is like, oh, we're watching a TV show and we're talking about it. This is the We're Rewatching Girls podcast. That's one that keeps popping up in my TikTok. The Rewatching Girls. I think it's some Brooklyn comedians or something. And good for them. I think it's great. Why not rewatch Girls? It's just amazing to me that content has become more about like consuming than it is about like saying something original. Like content is like, oh, we have a podcast about this show, Talking Sopranos, or they all have found this afterlife. Jeff and Susie are like doing a Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast, but it's like, why can't you just do Curb Your Enthusiasm? Why does it have to be, oh, this is a review of Disneyland, fucking the food at Disneyland, or a reaction video? Oh, this is my first time listening to fucking the Eagles Hotel California. I've somehow never heard this fucking song before. So I'm going to film myself reacting to it. So I guess you can relive your initial virgin reaction to Don Henley and Joe Walsh and Glenn Fry. You know, it's like there really isn't scripted content on YouTube. I always thought I will write movies, I'll put them on YouTube, people will watch them. But it's like, I'd rather watch somebody unbox a fucking Amazon Prime order they fucking are waiting for. I want to watch that. I want to watch, I had this ex-girlfriend who liked watching these videos of people like popping like boils and shit. Or like acne. Like people like popping like their back knee. I had this ex-girlfriend that was like super into those videos. It's like, what the fuck? Mukbang, ASMR. I think this shit is a surprise to all of us. We're all just like, I don't know why people like to watch this. Apparently this is what's cool. ASMR. You know, maybe I could do a little more ASMR in my streams or something. I need some kind of like comforting, hypnotizing rhythm or something that like is soothing to people as it's informative. I'm gonna go over to the Conservatory Water. This is my favorite place in New York, or one of them. So, you know, we're thinking about 9/11. I was up till 6 a.m. watching 9/11 TikTok. Against my will, I didn't want to. I learned a lot about United 93, the man in the red bandana. Let's roll. Every time I drive to Columbus, you go by the crash site of United 93. It's outside Johnstown, PA, somewhere. So it's like, I don't know. It's just this part of the country, man. I feel like 9/11 and the smoke from the trade towers, it still hangs in the air. You can still smell it. Even though I was never even in New York before 9/11. I'm over by the Conservatory Water, okay? Don't dox me, all right? I might get swarmed with, you know, my online following. I'm over. Don't come in the middle of my live stream. Wait till I'm done live streaming, okay? Can you come when I'm done with my live stream? It's gonna be like an hour. And then come over, then I'll meet you, all right? All right, well, I guess I can't stop this. This is basically gonna happen. So get ready, guys. I mean, Adam S. manifested this. Adam S. manifested Ashley in the last, Jim Carrey said that when he was a kid, he had a teacher who told him that when she wished for something, she'd pray about it and then she'd get it. And I think that's how I thought God worked until I was about 12. I thought God was like Santa Claus. I thought God was like, yes, I'll pray for this thing I want, and then God will give it to me. And I'll be good, like I won't masturbate or whatever. I won't commit any sins. You know, as a Catholic, I won't commit any sins. And then God will give me like the Christmas present that I manifest. You know, that was manifestation. And to be honest, it worked. It did work, actually. But I also thought that, like, I don't know, I didn't want to conceive of God in that way. I didn't want to conceive of God as, like, Santa Claus, as just somebody that you just hit up when you wanted something. And also, my relationship to wanting things became super complicated. I think I began to feel like it wasn't good to, like, want things. Okay, here we are. Can I sit here? Why is there nobody sitting here? There's like rats over here or something. There's rats everywhere. But Jim Carrey said it worked. And, you know, that's how he manifested Ace Ventura. He wrote a check for $10 million to himself. Ashley, I'll see you in a little while. You paid for the bus? They're cracking down big time, I guess, right? They're cracking down on fare evasion, so... maybe I'll sit on Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not that far, Ashley. It's a few blocks. I mean, yeah, so I don't know. For some reason, 9/11 this year is like more present. It feels more like it's weird because it's been so long, you know, it's been 23 years or whatever. But this year, I don't know. For some reason, it feels more, it's harder this year. It's more emotional this year. I mean, I do think it just traumatized the fuck out of all of us. And so watching all of this, there's these children everywhere. Um, you know, rewatching all this footage and all this. Um, I'm talking about 9/11, please. Please, some respect, please. I mean, they did the VMAs on 9/11. It's like, come on. What kind of satanic show business, P. Diddy, child sacrifice ritual was that about? Why did they have to do the VMAs on 9/11? Huh? It's insensitive. They're letting the terrorists win, okay? They just have to bring out... I mean, the VMAs, I don't think they really apply anymore. You know, like seeing Sabrina Carpenter and... look, Ashley, we can't go back in time, okay? What's done is done. I saw your text. It said you can't wait. Why didn't I just see them? I don't know. This is insane, Ashley. You just have to let me do my show. Just let me do my show, please. You're at Bemelman's. What were you doing at Bemelman's? You're just hanging out at Bemelman's? Look, Uptown is pretty small. Why did you get on a bus? You got on a bus to go uptown? Would you please have some respect for 9/11, okay? This is my 9/11 broadcast. You're behaving very poorly. You're making a scene. Look, I'm in the middle of my live stream. I don't want to be disturbed. I told you I'm going to come to your house later. We already agreed. I don't want you interrupting my... You know, I'm in the people business, okay? I'm in the people business, everybody. And this is ruining my relationships with everybody else. Ashley has systematically ruined my relationship with everyone I know. Because they either think I'm a creep, who's like some old guy that's, you know... Or they see this and they just think that I'm like a bad person or something. Or like, you know, this is just bad energy. In every way, this is bad energy. Any case, we will continue to put you in timeouts until all of the fucking Gmail... You're going to have to create more Gmail accounts. Because we're going to put all of your Gmails in timeout, okay? If you have something reasonable to say, we will entertain it. But if you're just gonna spam the chat in like a temper tantrum, then it probably just kills this for everybody who's watching it. It's just weird. Okay, Ashley, you went to Bemelman's. Good for you. Okay, Ashley. Ashley rewatched Love Liza. Ashley's really into Love Liza, the Philip Seymour Hoffman. Ashley, just enjoy your life, okay? I'll see you in a little while. Just enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Enjoy the bus, okay? I don't care. Do whatever you want. This will be exciting. This will be like... This is a forward, like David Ball backwards and forwards. Everybody stay tuned. You're going to get to see Ashley. You're going to get to see some Maury Povich, Jerry Springer action. I'm just so sick of dealing with this. How do I just block Ashley? How do I mute Ashley? She's got all these accounts. Where's Adam S? Where is Adam S when you need him? Where's my moderator? I'm unprotected here. I'm getting attacked. Ashley is, she thinks this is funny. This is all just like a bit to her. You know, this is my reputation. This is me trying to pathetically build like this sort of illusion of like an online empire. Like everybody, I'm chasing the carrot. I'm so pathetically bad at it. It's ridiculous. This is like the Denise show. Shut up! I'm not mean. This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. I'm not mean. You're completely inconsiderate. And frankly, I'm sick of dealing with it. I'm over it. It's been too long. I've been doing this too fucking long. I need something new in my life. I need a big change. Need a big, big change in my life. We're not putting up with this. We have a no tolerance policy in our chat. From here on out, it is absolutely no tolerance. We're putting the foot down, okay? I spent my 30s in a drug stupor. But not anymore. It's just so weird because it was like impossible for me. I had a girlfriend like a few times in my 20s. I really didn't have a girlfriend very much that often in my life. You know, I had a few girlfriends in my life. Now it's like most of my 30s I've had a girlfriend. It's like, how did that happen? That's fine, Ashley. Be relaxed. Just let me do my thing and leave me alone. Do not impede on my time. I told you I will be at your house later, okay? That is what we agreed on. I don't want to look at anything. I'm doing my fucking show. Sorry. This is the way it's going to be. You're going to have to create... You've been timed out for 86,000 seconds. YouTube is telling me Ashley Escobar has been timed out by Scenes from Life for 86,000 seconds. I want you to think about what you've done for 86,000 seconds. How many different Gmails do you have? I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm doing my show if you would leave me alone. I told you I'll be at your house later. I get annoyed when I have to spend more time with you than the allotted hours. And when I get annoyed, that's when I make big changes. I'm not doing this again. I am not doing this again. I'm sick of being fucking in a relationship. I didn't even want to be in a relationship. I was very fucking clear about that up front, but you don't listen. So I gotta live this fucking ugliness in front of everybody. It's disgusting. I just want to be alone. I just want freedom. I thought that's what 9/11 was all about. It's about fucking freedom. It's about the Freedom Tower. They hated our freedom, okay? That's why they committed those acts of savage violence, those publicity stunts. We're gonna celebrate freedom here on 9/11, okay? We're gonna go kick somebody's ass. I mean, I feel like people were so wounded by 9/11 emotionally. The whole nation was wounded. We felt we were attacked. You know, it was a sucker punch. And so people had to commit war. There had to be hell to pay. Somebody had to pay. We wanted those wars. We wanted to go kick somebody's ass. That was the whole point of the thing. Was to indoctrinate people. And the brutality of it, I mean, Jesus Christ. It is hard to watch the footage. It's not right. I mean, it's the first thing like that ever where there's color, high definition footage that people, you know, it's like, if that would have happened 100 years ago, it's like you'd read about it in a newspaper or something. It'd be horrific, but it's like we were all kind of there in a way, and we're traumatized in that way. We're traumatized as if it was personal. It was it was like the Super Bowl, you know, everybody fucking watched it on TV. Good God. That was the 9/11. See, it's like with Ashley, there's always, she's a terrorist. She's an emotional terrorist. It's unfair. Ashley, I'm going to see you in just a little while. Ashley was 1 year old when 9/11 happened. It literally happened like a few days after Ashley's first birthday. Isn't that insane? Most people, well now that Gen Z is kind of the thing of the moment and we've sort of aged out, now we're in the J.D. Vance generation. I feel like J.D. Vance reflects poorly but accurately on millennials. He's an accurate millennial. Okay, we'll see you soon, Ashley. Please just get here and stop talking about it. In my chat. Please stop spamming my chat. Yeah, but Gen Z, I mean, they don't really have the same personal... I mean, I was 16 years old when it happened. Now I feel old. You know, I feel like it's something that... we take, like I said, it's a scar that we have that Gen Z people like. I don't know if they can really relate to it. Have they watched the fucking... Seeing it live, I mean, you couldn't really... There was nothing like that, probably, that's ever fucking happened. You know, when the buildings collapsed, holy shit. You know, at first they thought it was an accident, maybe. It was just somebody, like, accidentally fucking flew a plane into the tower. I met this lady, she's a poet downtown. She was saying she was in a plane that had already taken off when 9/11 happened. She saw it happen from the fucking sky. They were circling New York, and she saw it fucking happen from the sky. And then I think they grounded him after that. But, it just sucked because it changed everything. You can look at the world became more sterile. Everything became this kind of barbaric steel. And it just kind of put that in everybody's imagination. The fire, the people jumping, all the kind of gory details. It really seared it in. I mean, it was such a traumatic, violent, abrasive, abrupt. It was a rude awakening, right? It happened early in the morning. I was in I think first period, Mr. Hecker. Mr. Hecker was my English teacher and chess coach. And he was the teacher I liked the most, definitely. He was into poetry. He was, he played Allen Ginsberg and shit in his class. He was the one who tried to read us Moby Dick. We had one year, it was a noble effort that failed. We had one year, he had Moby Dick on a book on tape. And he bought copies of every single person in the English class. So every single chair in the room had Moby Dick, the Oxford Classic Edition or whatever. And we listened to this fucking book. Throughout the year, he would dedicate, chunks of his class to just play us Moby Dick. And I really tuned out, actually. I don't remember any of it. I remember the beginning with Queequeg and Starbuck and all that, the Chowder, how they sleep together in that inn. I've read the first 100 pages of Moby Dick many times. But he was the right person to watch 9/11 with. He was my teacher he taught us Whitman. We had a whole unit on Whitman. I don't remember any Emily Dickinson, but we did Song of Myself and all that shit. We had to memorize passages of Song of Myself. He was just into every Ken Burns ass like America. He was into like baseball. He was into jazz. He was like taking lessons to like try to learn how to be a jazz piano player. And kids would really fuck with him. He had a twin brother that looked, they were identical. And so they'd see him at church. Hecker would go to church for some reason. And he lived right near the school. So he's always playing with his kids on his front lawn, and people would kind of fuck with him. Because it was funny to see his reactions, I guess. Because he was like, an intellectual. It's always funny to see intellectuals get pissed off. Like Sideshow Bob. It's Kelsey Grammer who's getting like outraged. He's losing his, decorum. And Hecker was always kind of playing word, like he would go tit for tat. The kids would say something crazy, and then he'd talk about how he'd shoot heroin into his eyeball. He was really into Naked Lunch. And he was also the chess coach. So he was sort of like, he was into poetry, chess, baseball, jazz, Moby Dick, and 9/11. I watched 9/11 with Mr. Hecker. He came into the room, I'll never forget, as instructed. He came, this is my 9/11 story, guys. My 9/11 story is not that cool. I mean, it's not that good. There's some people with you moved to New York, it's like, there's some people with some real ass fucking 9/11 stories, for real. It's not a joke here. It's still very real here. Even though we live in this kind of like fantasy land, it's so weird the tragedies that have occurred in New York City, including COVID. Remember how early COVID was like another 9/11, the way they treated it in New York. It was like, holy shit. New York, that didn't last that long. It spread everywhere, but for a couple weeks, it was like, oh shit, New York is like, again, the center, and like, we're all rooting for you, New York, like, poor New York. And then I was like, oh fuck, it's poor everybody. But yeah, I was in fucking Hecker's class, and I remember he rushed into the room with like a serious look on his face, a concerned look on his face, and he turned the TV on he said, turn the TV on, a plane has hit the World Trade Center. There's been nobody said it was a terrorist attack. It was we watched the second tower. He turned it on immediately. And we watched the second tower get hit. And then we watched the whole fucking thing for the rest of the morning, He looked like he was playing chess. He was like Donald Sutherland. He had a kind of his Donald Sutherland. He looked like Elizabethan. He looked like he could have been like Ben Johnson or Shake. He could have a frilly collar. He'd be like, yeah, Hecker's got a frilly collar. Makes sense. I was lucky to have Hecker twice. I had him freshman year, and then he switched to be the junior year English teacher. And so I got we were lucky. He was a good teacher. He's my favorite teacher. And so I got to watch 9/11 with Hecker. And I don't know. I mean, they replayed the footage. I mean, it's all we fucking watched over and over and over again. And I'm not sure that was the best thing for us. You know, after that, they basically canceled classes, I think. We kind of had to go to the rest of the classes, but we didn't have to do anything. We just watched 9/11 over and over again on TV. And then I had a golf match that day, and they canceled the golf match. Mr. Heminger thought it was a little ridiculous that they canceled the golf match. But we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. You know, we thought they were going to come for us. You didn't realize America's a big place. They can't possibly really attack all of us at once unless they have nukes or something. But it was like just being decked out of nowhere, like sucker punch. You're like, what the fuck? They got to cancel the golf match. They might come for us on the fucking New Albany Lakes. I mean, they did crash a fucking plane into the middle of Pennsylvania. You know, it's like, it's totally possible that, well, not possible, but it's crazy that they had cell phone technology or phones that these people could actually call their loved ones from the air. You know, somehow those people on United 93 found out there was terrorist attacks, and it's amazing how fast it happened. I mean, those planes took off at like 7:59, and they were smashed by 8:43 or something. You know, it's like they took off from Boston. Seth MacFarlane, I'm sure people know this, but Seth MacFarlane of Family Guy was supposed to be on one of the 9/11 planes. We wouldn't have had Family Guy or American Dad. We would have lived in a totally different world. This is what I'm saying. It ruined the world. 9/11 just ruined the culture because now we live in a Family Guy alternate reality where Seth MacFarlane is like a crooner and shit. And he sounds like he's gonna host the Oscars. Didn't he host the Oscars or something? But goddamn, we had to deal with it. Really empowered George Bush in a fucked up way. And god damn, that was only the beginning of the destruction and the hellfire raining down. You know, those massive wars, a lot of fucking people died. You know, if we're never gonna forget 9/11, we shouldn't forget all of the Iraqi people that died, all of the Afghanistani people that died. I mean, wasn't Trump like teaming with the Taliban and shit, or didn't the Taliban become like good or something? You know, we just live in this highly militarized security state, national security state. And it just became, I mean, as a young person, it became easy to believe in like Armageddon in the end times because all of the Bush stuff felt like biblical. They were Christian conservatives, and they did a lot of damage. And I mean, we're living with a culture that lived through that and was affected by that and was dulled by that and homogenized by that and dumbed down by that. I mean, the Bush era was really like a Orwellian systematic de-education. No Child Left Behind. I mean, that's why the audience sucks now. That's why, you know, great poets need great audiences. You know, and there's no great audience out there. I'm sorry. You guys are great. The 4 people that watch my live streams are the greatest audience. Everybody else is an idiot. Because of George Bush, No Child Left Behind, they have no critical thinking skills, Family Guy, short attention span, non sequitur, contextless. Where's Ashley? I really thought Ashley would be here by now. Maybe I'll switch my angle a little bit. We'll get I don't know. You know, like if we're, there's still no consequences. I mean, Cheney just endorsed Kamala. Liz Cheney has been one of the most vocal Trump critics. They were the architects of the fucking whole thing. The whole war on terror, quote unquote. We're gonna commit war on terror. War, I think, creates terror. It's pretty fucking terrifying, I imagine. You know, you're only multiplying the terror. There's nothing mellow about war. It's terrifying. They got Saddam Hussein, though, didn't they? They hung his ass on national television. I watched Saddam Hussein get hung at Karabar, I think. I don't remember. It was in some bar. I watched it in some fucking sports bar. It was sick. They found him in his spider hole. They didn't want to find bin Laden. You know, but there was a moratorium on even exploring the possibility that it was like a false flag operation or an inside job. And God, it's just woven and echoed and reverberated through our lives. It created a Bruce Springsteen album, The Rising. It was sort of the beginning of Springsteen being this kind of, I don't know, husky voiced. Well, it's like, in a certain way, there is no, you know, Chris Christie's at the Bruce Springsteen concert, and Cheney's endorsing Kamala, and it's like, I don't know. Everything just feels, you know, everything feels like it's got heavy concrete in it now, and, you know, knocking those buildings down, exposing the structure, all the gory, the paper, right? One of the interesting things about 9/11 is the paper. They talk about it just spewed all this paper in downtown New York. You know, it was just raining paper from the sky. The bureaucracy, you know, and it was an office building. And the elevators and windows on the world, you know. The poor, you know, people at the top.
I wouldn't bet on that.
It's legendary. It's a folk.
Oh, that's where I
Folk, it's, you know, it's like,
on the vlog.
Jesus Christ. But, you know, to some degree, it does look like a controlled demolition, the way that the towers fell. There's a lot of, you know, I think they stood down. I think they could have prevented it. Yes, I do think they could have prevented it. And I think they allowed it to happen, more or less. I don't think they were... I don't think... when you see... Like, I was thinking about the look on Bush's face when they told him, you know, that famous picture of him, and they're whispering in his ear. He's, like, reading to children. You know, they always tried to associate, like, his wife is a librarian. Bush should be in jail. Cheney should be in fucking jail. This guy is still alive? How is this possible? Dick Cheney has no heartbeat because he's got some kind of pacemaker or something. He's literally Darth Vader. And, you know, Bush is just at the Super Bowl with Ellen. And he's making, you know, serial killer paintings. He's making John Wayne Gacy clown paintings. I mean, these guys ruined our lives. They ruined a lot of people's lives. You know, one of the aspects of it, and one of the lucky pieces of fortune, was that there was no conscription. Because if 9/11 would have happened, you know, 40 years earlier, we would have been drafted. There would have been a fucking draft. You know, I feel bad for the fucking people that went over there and fought, but, you know, that, I think that's part of the student debt scheme. They created this huge amounts of debt, so if you wanted to go to college, it's like, you got to join the fucking military, You know, I knew a bunch of people at OU, a bunch of people in my classes when I was an undergrad were on like the GI Bill and shit. My friend John Ryan, right? He went to a bunch of different colleges. He went to UC Boulder and the GI Bill. You know, it was a way to make a living. If you're a person, you know, without a lot of opportunities who went to some bad school system, it's like you probably joined the fucking Marines or the Army or the fucking, you know, like Pat Tillman or whatever. And it's, I mean, if we're gonna never forget, I mean, let's really fucking analyze what the fuck happened. I mean, it was broadcast, disseminated endlessly, propagandized immediately. Morning radio, some of the shit on the morning radio, I mean, there was open racism towards Islamic people, making fun of Islamic people, accents. Because it was looked on as an attack on like white suburban American, you know, it's like they hate our materialism. We need to go to the, you know, you want to fight terrorism, go to the mall and buy shit. That's what Bush said. Go to the mall and pay for some shit. And that was patriotic. That was doing your, you know, the patriotism, the American flags everywhere. Everybody bought it. The entertainment industry were probably the most, they were the most vocal. You know, people like Springsteen and Jon Stewart, I feel like they do care about the fucking firefighters and shit. What I want to know is why the hell were they sending firefighters in there anyway? They really thought they were going to put this fire out? Like, to be honest, I mean, I think it just caught people so far off guard. There was no, you know, they were doing the right thing. They were trying to do good. They were trying to be heroes. But it's like, did they really think they were going to put that fire? I guess they had no fucking choice. But to be honest, it's insane that they sent people into those towers. I guess they probably sent firefighters in to help people get out and shit. And God bless the people that went in there. You know, it's not their fault. It's not the fucking people who went to work's fault. Even though it was an attack on finance and it was an attack on, you know, it was such a conspicuous location. It's the blue sky. It's Fashion Week. You know, did 9/11 happen during Fashion Week? Was it officially a New York Fashion Week event? It feels like Fashion Week. It feels like a spectacle. It was meant to be seen. It's like this opera. These billowing hellfire. It was the biggest fucking Burning Man public destruction. Just out of nowhere. And there's a lot of poetry about it. You know, there's a lot of, if you look, there's anthologies of poems about it. A lot of, because, you know, it's the New York School, right? Was that the end of the New York School? To some degree, I think that the cool New York, the era of New York as capital of world art or whatever, it's almost directly correlates to the World Trade Center in a way. And they bombed it before. You know, they fucking bombed it in the 90s. You know, it's after hours. I think they're going to build another tower. That's what I heard. They're building another tower down there, so there will be, in addition to the Freedom Tower, so there will be sort of a twin towers, although there won't be. They'll be fraternal twins, not identical twins. But I never saw them with my own eyes. I was never here. That's why it's so weird that it's so personal to people. I mean, even in McLean Road, where I lived in Grandview Heights, Ohio, there was a guy down the street who had a pickup truck with the World Trade Center and American flag painted in the back window of his pickup truck. It's like, what the fuck does this have to do with you? You know, I mean, it's New York. You hate New York. You hate everything about it. How ethnic it is, how crime-ridden it is. You know, it's taken over by migrants. These people love to hate New York. And yet Fox News is here, Murdoch is here. Meghan McCain. Peter Thiel money is everywhere. Peter Thiel is single-handedly underwriting all the art and literature. Peter Thiel is underwriting Sovereign House. I mean, New York has become like this fantasy land, right? Like with COVID, it's amazing. COVID was not that long ago. And it's just like they just glossed over it. It's just like, boom, that shit's over. Hey, let's party. But New York is just this big orgy of food and fashion week and TikTok influencers and open mic poetry, live streamers. You know, it's hard. Could you imagine something as intense as 9/11 happening to these New Yorkers, these snowflakes? You know, the people that lived in New York, it was like Howard Stern's New York, you know, it was the Seinfeld New York. It was the old touristy Italian pizza shop. You know, that's another thing that's weird about 9/11 is like, it's like the standard decor for a certain, you know, if you go into like any pizza parlor in Brooklyn, there's probably like a clock of like the World Trade Center, like clock, like mural. Or like if you watch my vlog, there was one, I went into this bakery in Bay Ridge and they had a chocolate World Trade Center. That was like a permanent fixture in the back of their store. It's like you go in there, there's a chocolate World Trade Center. There's like pictures of the fucking World Trade Center on the wall and shit. Like, I get it. I do get it. Like I'm saying, it's personal. This was real to these people. They probably know people that died. Who knows? I mean, you know, Poet's House is down there. I don't go down there that often, but like, it's kind of weird seeing it now. One of the things are the boats. Apparently they picked all these people up in boats. They transported more people off of Manhattan Island on boats than they did during the Dunkirk evacuation, I guess. There was a boat lift that was the largest in human history during 9/11. People just volunteered their boats from Jersey or wherever the fuck, Staten Island, the Staten Island Ferry. They just because they couldn't get people out of Lower Manhattan fast enough. And I mean, a lot of people who were down there got cancer from the fucking smoke and all the bad shit that it fucking released into the air, you know? So it's just weird that life in New York goes on, you know, amongst the darkness of all that. Hi, Ashley. Okay.
No, I was literally waiting for the bus on Madison 72nd. I was waiting for you
Talking
to see
about
my
9/11.
DM. I was waiting for you to see my DM I sent you, but you didn't. So I should have definitely like saw if you were live or not. But I was with my friend and the bus literally was coming.
You were
so
with
I
your
ran.
friend doing
Well,
what?
she was leaving. I was at the Guggenheim all day.
Oh, that's right. You went to go get
Yes, and I was at looking
the Jenny
at
Holzer
Bemelman's, and I was like, I
condoms.
wish we were at Bemelman's together.
You went to Bemelman's.
Well, we just looked at the murals. I texted you.
Okay.
But
Did you
then,
get anything?
No, we just looked at the murals because I was going home. But then you didn't see my message yet, so I was like, I didn't put two and two together, but I was like, oh, maybe he's just on his way into the city or whatever. But then the bus was coming, so I ran onto the bus. But then on the bus, I randomly like checked to see if you saw my DM yet, but you weren't online, so I was like, oh, he must be live.
Are you getting all this, everyone?
So I literally paid for 2 buses to come here. I was staying on 72nd Madison.
Are you going to let me do this or what? You're just going to be here the whole time?
I love you.
Okay, Ashley, what's your 9/11 story? You were 1 year old. What is it? Does it mean anything to you? I don't know. Have you seen it? Have you watched documentaries about it or anything? They didn't teach you about it in fucking school? Did they teach you?
Taught us a little bit.
Have you seen, do you know what, have you watched footage of it? Do you know the story of 9/11? Okay. But it's really not something that, you moved to New York and it's really not even an apparent thing, really. You know, like all these people in Times Square, fucking, all the gentrifiers, You know, they're happy to charge head first right into another potential terrorist attack, maybe. It always happens in New York first, I guess.
I
don't
thought
know.
it was weird. For some reason, she etched Donald Trump's tweets onto stone. I thought that was
Jenny
kinda-
Holzer. I think I've heard of that.
I was like, this is kind of weird though. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like you're preserving his
Yeah,
tweets,
right, of
though,
course.
like-
Yeah. Why would you want to?
Yeah, I was kind of like, this is kind of dumb in a way. Because she does
Maybe she's
other
a
things where
secret
she has
Trumper.
like FBI documents and stuff, and she like just like blacks out everything. Like that's more interesting, I feel. But like to have Donald Trump preserved in stone is kind of crazy. Because none of
It's
her other
stupid.
work
It's
is
insanely stupid.
even involves stone. Like
Yeah, that's true. It's all those
so I'm
electronic
like,
fucking.
really? But it's like a whole like wall of these, and I was like, that's kind of insane.
She a Trumper?
No. But I was just surprised because I was like, you could use any other material to do this if you really want to do it. But you chose stone, which is kind of like preserving it, kind of like it's like a tablet or something. So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. But I took all of their condoms.
You took all of them.
Well, I didn't take all of them, but I took.
Can
a
we see
handful.
one of them?
Yeah, yeah.
See what it looks like. They're giving away Jenny Holzer condoms.
This one says, "Expiring for love is beautiful, but stupid." It's the same.
Is that?
This one says, "Always sex."
Really? Always? Always?
This one,
Always?
protect me from what I want.
Can you read that, or is that
It's
backwards?
probably backward.
I don't think it is backwards.
I will see you again. I will see you again.
Okay. I don't know. Where's the feminist? I thought there was I thought she was like a feminist. What happened to like?
The song of me rising.
I guess this is sex positive. These are all sex positive. I thought they were gonna be like
Urge and
more
urge and
like men are
urge.
fucking
There
trash.
was one that says like men don't protect you or something like that.
Yeah,
but
I thought they
didn't
were
get
gonna
that
more
one.
like be like more hateful toward men. You know, that's I guess it's built for a penis. You know, so
Well, we have until 2029 to use this because that's when they expire.
okay, maybe we should walk. I've been sitting here for a while. Maybe that'll make this dynamic.
But they expire June 2029.
Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, 5 years.
But there's a
I would just
it's
keep
a
'em.
website. Yeah, but we could use some of them. I took a bunch.
No, we don't need to use them.
Okay.
Okay, we don't need to use those. I mean, they're far more valuable as pieces of art.
Yeah, but I mean, they just use this website. I could literally use this website to make some that say glib.
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
It literally is on the back of this. Say it
That'd be
with
a
a
good,
condom.com.
that'd be good merch.
Say it with a condom.com.
Say it with the condom.com. Today's broadcast is
Based
sponsored
in
by Say It With the
Miami,
Condom.com. Everybody, out of Miami, where
Yeah.
all the good things happen.
But I will have some that
Maybe
say
Miami
glib.
is the new New York.
I will have some that say glib.
Ashley is. Do you hear that? That is a scoop. That is
Say I think my outfit's cute.
Ashley is. Where did he give you that shirt?
I bought it.
You bought their shirt.
Which is, I think it looks
SMH.
dress.
SMH. Yeah. Okay. Look at Ashley's fit. Look at the fit check, everybody. So you went and saw the exhibit?
Yeah, I mean, it literally was just. I
It's
mean,
just
it was
Donald
cool.
Trump's tweets.
No, it was cool, like reading all the
In stone.
the neon, like circling the whole museum.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did see that.
Because we like read that a bunch, but everything else, there was nothing else really.
Nothing else. You read that a bunch.
So basically, we paid $19 to get a bunch of condoms, basically.
Hey, I would hold on to those things, honestly. I think those are going to be worth money, or they're just, that's like having an original piece.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Well, I own them.
It's a Jenny Holzer original right there.
Yeah. Some Jenny Holzer.
So you're going to have condoms for your bucks. So
Oh my
Ashley
God.
is in the Cuties of Contemporary Literature.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
in this fucking
But-
anthology.
Oh my god. We went to
So
Butterfield Market. I fucking hate that place. Aislinn bought
I
a
heard of that. Isn't that
bottle-
like a rich person?
a bottle of coconut water, just a regular small
It's
bottle
like the
of
rich
coconut
person
water is
bodega.
$9.
It's like a Beverly Hills farmers market in like New York.
Yeah. But cause we were
$9
both buying-
for coconut
Yeah,
water.
just regular coconut, like not even a big size, just like the normal. Cause we were both in line, and I thought the guy said 5, so I was like, I guess. But it was actually 9. I was like, never mind. I don't want to buy coconut water for $9. Ew, we went.
I don't want to buy coconut water for $9.
This place called Haiti.
Haiti?
Hey, and then tea.
Haiti. Okay.
But it was like buy one get one free because it was the grand opening. But it was
This is like I'm Not Rappaport.
It wasn't good.
This is our
Like,
production of
wasn't
I'm Not
good.
Rappaport. We're food vloggers now.
not good.
We're food vloggers now.
But this was.
We're the
cute,
Tom
but
and
it wasn't
Roseanne
good.
of food vlogging. We're the Tom and
You're
Roseanne food
not
vlogging,
good.
okay?
Don't go to Haiti.
You bought one of these ridiculous boba drinks?
My friend owed me money, so she bought it for me and got one for free herself. But it
The
wasn't.
Disney
worth it.
food vlogger is really into boba. She's like a connoisseur of boba.
This was really bad.
I
It was
remember the
like
first time I ever had
slushy.
boba. Do you?
Huh?
Do you remember the first time you had boba?
I remember having it and I threw up because I don't like sweet things.
Oh, really? So you don't like boba? I'm not really into it either. Chocolate souffle, everybody.
I got 2 chocolate souffles that are gluten free that come in their
These are Woody
ramekins.
Allen.
They come in their ramekins.
Ramekins. Oh, okay. Are they hot?
Yeah, well,
They're
I
hot
put
on
them
the
in
inside?
The oven.
No. They chocolate
Yeah.
it's
It's chocolate
syrup or whatever on the
souffle,
inside. Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, I have
Decadent.
surprises for
Well,
Daddy.
I don't know. I'm enjoying the food part of my life. You know, I really, because I was gluten-free, dairy-free forever, you know, I
Well, this
really
is gluten free, and then I bought.
have had a bland diet for a long time.
This is gluten free, and then also the ice cream, the vanilla ice cream's dairy free.
So we're having a la mode, everybody.
Yeah. Chocolate souffle.
We're food
and
vloggers. We're gonna food vlog all of this from now on, okay? We're committed to food vlogging, actually.
Chocolate souffle Alamo.
Oh my God, what street are we on? I don't want to go that way. I guess we're gonna go through the fucking forest again. Well, Ashley, oh God, okay. We'll just keep on. I was gonna do an hour and a half. So, you better come up with 23 more minutes of
Okay.
scintillating. This is like a live vlog. This is like one of my vlogs.
See, that's
real
the new
time.
Boathouse restaurant.
Oh, the new Boathouse restaurant. We got to
Yeah.
capitalize. There's a huge market for
Central Park Boathouse.
TikTok diners. Central Park Boathouse, everybody. Here you go. Here's a scoop for you. Oh, should we go through here? Fuck. I hate walking through this.
Really.
Well, yeah, I don't really like walking through the ramble. I kind of like going around it.
Then should we go the other way?
Well, I don't know. Usually when I try to go the other way, it takes longer or I get
can't
lost.
believe I jumped onto that bus. I don't know what I was thinking.
You jumped on?
Well, I jumped onto the bus going west before I checked to see if you saw my DM.
A crosstown bus.
Yeah, because I literally was staying on 72nd Madison, went west, took a bus back east.
You took a bus.
It's called being insane. Well, my friend did suggest we should go to the park, but we ended up walking all the way down, and then, I don't know, I saw a crosstown bus, and I was like, I should take that.
Where were you going to go? Back home?
Yeah, probably.
You were going to take the bus to the train or?
I guess, I don't know what I was thinking. Either that, or I was gonna originally take the M4 all the way back, because the bus goes up and then down. But then I was like, do I want to be on the bus for half an hour? Probably not.
Why not? The bus is the best way to travel in Manhattan,
Well-
okay? This is a food vlogger
No, but
tip. This is an
during the
insider
day,
tip.
No, because it stops at every stop.
At night.
Yeah, well, I was not on it at night.
Bus. If you have the choice within Manhattan, one of my treats that I like to give to myself as a personal little vacation before I have to deal with Ashley, I can get the bus from 14th Street, Astor Place.
Is Adam S on there?
No.
Oh,
and MS 9.
that sucks. We missed out a mess.
And I take the bus all the way up to Ashley's part of town. And it's nice. You get to look at everything. You know, the city really is.
Maybe if Penelope ever wakes up from her dumbass nap. She has a midnight shift tonight at Jenny's.
What?
Yeah.
How late are they open? She starts at
Yeah,
midnight?
she said that.
She's probably making something. She's probably making. I had to make waffle cones.
Oh yeah, I think she probably has to make
I
something.
go in. That was like what I did for the first 45 minutes or hour or whatever. Is I
But
made
yeah,
waffle cones.
no, she said she has a midnight
Well,
shift.
listen to
I was
Of
like,
Montreal.
Oh, okay. Because we were originally going to call her to tell her the tea, because I didn't want to call her while, like, Noah's in the apartment or something.
The tea about what?
Oh, how they got uninvited from their stupid bonfire.
Oh, because it's Trump sympathetic tweets.
Yeah. I just think it's hilarious.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
But anyways. Oh, Asen fucking annoyed me today, though. We were supposed to, originally we wanted to go to like this lunch special place in Koreatown, but then she told me I probably can't meet you until 2:30, so I was like, okay, that's when the lunch ends. Then at 1:54 or 1:50, she's like, I'm like a few minutes away, and I was like, you didn't tell me you were like close, like I could be on the train by now. I like live near
I
it.
don't know, Ashley. People are not necessarily going to communicate every fucking move they make to you all at all times, you know? Like,
Most people do. So
how the fuck do we get out of here?
you just keep walking.
That's why I hate coming in here. Because I make all these turns.
Well, if she was coming earlier, I would at least like to know because
like-
I don't want to be late. She's making me look like the one who's late then.
Which way? Is this right? Let's go this way.
Well, she's about to make me the one who looks like they're late, so I was like, I'm not about to have this. And then
Every time I come in here, it's like this. I get lost.
And then she chose some like
It's exciting. It's
dim
harrowing.
sum place, but then I was like, it's too hot for dim sum. So then we walked around, and you know that place we went to on St. Mark's with like the Korean like chicken bowl or whatever?
Yeah, I
They
went
have
there the
one in
other day.
K-Town, and we went there, but this one was really weird because they didn't give us water. You had to buy water in a bottle, and we were like, oh no, no thanks.
Well, that's not that unusual. I mean,
It was weird, but it was
Most-
like there were tables and something. But we accidentally, because we mistook the restaurant, ended up in a random restaurant where Woody Allen has his signature and says like the best.
where is this?
I don't know, some restaurant in Koreatown.
Koreatown? Oh, that's not a good look for him. He shouldn't be hanging out in Koreatown. It's
He
not a-
does though.
It's a weird look
his
for him.
daughter like posts them eating cream barbecue.
You're talking about 33rd Street.
Yeah.
You went there.
Yes.
Oh, how the fuck do we
I was
get out of
literally
here?
there earlier today.
I guess it's nice having a sense of getting lost in the city.
But I
But
thought it was funny, the Woody Allen. I was like, of course we're seated right next to the Woody Allen. But I was like,
wait a minute. So wait a minute. They have a bowl that's $10 with chicken and.
yeah, I mean that's that other place, but that was the place we were
So
trying
you went to
go
like a restaurant.
Yeah, at first, because we mistook the entrance for the bowl place.
So what the fuck? Woody Allen goes to this restaurant in K-Town with Sun Yi and his daughter or whatever, Bechet or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
yeah.
So wait a minute. You know somebody that knows Woody Allen's daughter or something, right? Doesn't they go to Bard
Well,
or
she went to
something?
Bard, yeah.
Yeah, Bechet. So we're sort of tangentially. Look at those beautiful flowers, everybody. Gorgeous. This is like Bright
Yeah, I
Star.
have TikTok time later when I take a shower.
Thanks. Gee, I get to have TikTok time, everybody.
Definitely.
I'll be re-traumatized by more 9/11 videos.
Excuse me. I know, I saw that you were up at 6 a.m. I was like,
Well, we
the
slept
fuck?
till like 3.
someone's bribing me.
God.
Can I bribe you with a Sonic Youth Pastels 45 to go to Dennis Cooper's thing and get my book signed? I mean, I'll be volunteering, bitch, so.
Oh,
Bribe me,
Dennis
bribe me with
Cooper. Why
money.
does everybody love Dennis Cooper
Everyone
so much?
bribe me right now. I'm getting bribed.
When are you
with
gonna
the-
get on Dennis Cooper blog, Ashley?
When my book comes out, hopefully.
You gonna be on Dennis Cooper's Best of the
Jack
Year? Do you
Skelly
think?
followed me on Instagram, so. Well, cause he likes that cutie, whatever cuties.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But hopefully Dennis Cooper will get a copy of that too. But
I don't
anyways,
know how these guys became so
but,
like at the forefront of what everybody thinks is
I'm
cool.
being bribed right now for a Sonic Youth Pastels 45. Do I go for it? Do I ask for more? What if I'm like, why don't you
To
treat
get
me to
Dennis
dinner when
Cooper?
you're here?
Oh, come on. She's gonna pay for the book, right? Or
Yeah.
oh, Jesus.
I'm like, look, I don't have a record player here. Your record is worthless. I don't need a 45.
Wow. The perks of being a cutie of contemporary literature.
Not gonna work.
They follow Easy Paradise. I mean,
Yeah, I
they look
know.
at my story from time to time. Oh my God, you gotta be fucking kidding me. See, that's what I hate about the Ramblers. I always think I'm going west, and I'm really going north.
Well, we are going north.
I'm trying to go west.
We go that way.
No, I want to go this way now. Now I know where I am.
Okay. Daddy is so funny. I like knew wearing this cowboy boots. I was like, you know, someone's gonna end up making me walk, but I'll wear them because they're cute.
Yeah, I've been walking a lot. Yesterday, I walked from your house to Union Square.
Oh damn. Well, that's what I mean. Okay, so fucking
And I vlogged.
Aislinn.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this. I saw Aubrey Plaza. I was walking.
Okay.
It was right after my live stream yesterday. I was walking through the theater, like Broadway. I was on 8th Avenue, so I walked by. They're doing that play, The Roommate. It's Patti LuPone and Mia Farrow. So, like, I noticed that the theaters were letting out. That fucking stereophonic play with Win Butler was letting out. So I was like, oh, let me walk through this and just kind of see these fucking people,
You
see
saw
what
my
this is
arch
about.
nemesis.
Well, I thought, you know, maybe there's, I don't know, maybe I'll see something. And so there's like an alley between the two streets where the theater is. You know, the Schubert Theater, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And I noticed there's some people walking, and I noticed there's kind of like, you can always tell when there's like a celebrity. It's almost like weather. You know, you can kind of feel like fucking the wind kind of sweeping. You can feel people like whispering, and there's just kind of like a uproar, like a quiet uproar. And so I'm walking, I noticed these two people, and I sort of, gradually it was like with Adam Sandler, gradually like people just started to gather around them. Bodyguards, photographers, people wanting selfies and shit. So I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check this out. So I cross the street, they're going to Sardi's. Remember Kramer was at Sardi's?
Yeah.
They were going to fucking Sardi's.
So my arch nemesis was.
And so all these fucking people are like, and she was giving selfies. And so just for a split second, I saw Aubrey Plaza. She looked like, I think she's roommates with Patti LuPone. That's what I heard. And I think Matthew Ray Gubler was next to her. There was like this tall guy who was wearing a green suit. I was like, that's Matthew Ray Gubler, I think.
Okay, my arch
But it was like, fuck. It was kind of crazy to see somebody with that kind of star power. You're like, Jesus Christ. This is kind of nuts.
She doesn't have any star power to me.
Okay, well, there was people like, you know, and then she went into Sardi's.
Okay, we could have been at Sardi's.
Well, there was 3 door guys, so I was like, should I try to go into Sardi's and just kind of see what Sardi's is about? Kramer was there.
We should go to Sardi's.
I'd love to go to Sardi's.
Well, we could have gone to Bemelman's.
We could have got a Bemelman's.
I'm like rarely.
Well, I'm
not
live
to Sardi's.
streaming. I mean, look, live from Belvedere
Well,
Castle.
When can we go to Bemelman's? We'll have to go sometime.
Anytime.
You say anytime and then.
Next time I take the Q train up here.
Okay.
I'm always walking from the Upper East Side.
Well, yeah. So let's go to Bemelman's sometime, okay?
Bemelman's.
Like,
I'd
just
love to
really
go there. Are you
nice
kidding
because
me?
I just have that charm. When I go in a place, they'll be like, "Can I just look at the murals?" And they'll be like, "Of course."
We got to
madam."
finish On the Rocks. We're still watching On the
They'll
Rocks.
be like, "Of course, madam." You
Bill
can
Murray's
look at
acting.
the murals."
He's actually acting in it. He plays an art dealer. But yeah, we love murals. I mean, my favorite thing. I go to different restaurants because I want to see the murals.
But we should go.
If you watch my last vlog, I got some.
We'll go. We'll be always at the Carlisle. We'll
Thank you
go
guys for
there.
watching my last vlog, but
But
maybe
will
we should go
to
this
Bemelman's.
way around.
We'll go to Bemelman's.
What street is this? Do you know?
Like 80s, 81st, maybe.
81st. I guess that's.
We'll go to Bemelman's soon.
Okay.
We have to. I'll wear my leopard dress.
Is this the Great Lawn? Or this is
No.
softball fields? Where's the Great Lawn? Over there?
That way.
Oh, okay.
But we'll go to Bemelman's soon, okay? And I'll wear my leopard dress.
Bemelman's, everybody.
And I'll wear my leopard suit.
They
My
have.
leopard
It's just a
dress.
cocktail bar. Or how does it? What is? It's the Carlisle,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Or
Carlisle, but
and they've
it's
got
the bar,
murals
yeah.
by
Ludwig
Bemelman.
No, we were just there. That's why I was like, oh, if only we could go right now. Oh, sweet.
Can we see? Can you just look at your phone real fast? What street we're on? I just want to triangulate. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll probably do 10 more minutes.
Wait,
I'm
I
trying to
didn't
do
tell
90
you the
minutes.
story.
So what street is it?
81st, I told you.
Okay, what street is? All right, so why don't we'll go around this way.
But basically, Asen was like, I don't even know if I can make it going on Friday because I walked from 91st to 59th, and I'm like, that's nothing. Like, and
Yeah,
she said
that's
this
nothing.
yesterday at like 6 p.m.
Well,
I was like, get some rest.
The longer you live in New York, your sense of how far you
She lives
to
in
walk
she's
is
from New
reasonable.
York.
Well, I guess you're right about
Some people are
that.
just retarded.
Well, I don't know. I used to think like walking a couple blocks
She's
was
from
like
New
Jesus
York.
Christ
She's
walking.
just lazy. She's lazy.
Whereas like yesterday, I literally walked what, almost 100 blocks.
But she's lazy. I'm just telling you, she's lazy. Okay. Based on
That's
if you're watching
okay.
this, you're
I'm lazy. I love that. People should be lazy. We're
Okay,
naturally lazy.
okay. Well, I'm
The
not.
government doesn't
I
want you to
woke
know
up
this.
Morning, I went to
You're
Trader
as
Joe's.
lazy as anybody.
No, I went to Trader Joe's and I got groceries for Daddy before 10 a.m. And I walked all the way back. From
Well, Ashley is also she has a good sense of getting things done. I wouldn't say you're like a workaholic or anything, but I say you get done what needs to get done when it needs to get done.
in a laissez-faire.
Whereas like my drug habit
I do
uses
everything
so
in the
much of my
laissez-faire
energy.
Fairway.
Look at this spectacular view. Do you remember the Laughing Man, Ashley? The Salinger story?
Oh yes.
Can you say a few words about J.D. Salinger for us? What do you think about? Well, I was just thinking today how Ashley's attracted to all the most fucked up narratives. She loves those Todd Solondz movies. She loves Love Liza, Ghost World. I mean, To Catch in the Rye is kind of like that.
I mean, yeah, I love Captain
When his
Jack.
teacher touches
But
his
I
hair or
love-
whatever, or the old guy touches his hair.
Perfect Day for Banana.
He's also like a prostitute. Yeah, perfect. Everybody loves Perfect Day for Banana
Okay,
Fish.
well, some people
That's
have
an
never even read
obvious
it. Some
one.
people have never even read it. You don't know.
If there's one J.D. Salinger short story people have
Okay.
probably read, it's probably that one.
Okay.
It's the first one.
Okay.
Maybe
Counteract
Franny and
everything I
Zooey.
say.
But I don't know if that really counts, to be honest. I love Raise High the Roof Beam Carpenters.
So do I.
I don't know. He should have published more shit. When is the secret unpublished J.D. Salinger shit going to come out?
I will pay money for it.
Supposedly he was writing more stories and shit his whole life, so
His
he's dead
foundation
now.
will make sure none of it will ever.
Ever? They said ever.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've always
They
been
don't-
slowly like we're gonna. Release,
I thought they
but
had some kind of like
They're
deal.
supposed to release like in 2020 or something, but they never did. So,
Are you sure? I never heard that.
in 2013, there was all this buzz that stuff was gonna come out like soon.
I think
but,
that was a fake internet rumor.
But his estate said that, but now they're backing out.
I remember reading on Ain't It Cool News that Terrence Malick was going to adapt The Catcher in the Rye. There were talks that Terrence Malick was going to adapt The Catcher in the Rye.
Hopefully no.
I think that was a fake. I don't think that was real. That was like fan fiction.
Aside from Instagram, like,
That was like fantasy football of filmmaking.
Yeah, I think that's the key point. Like,
Really nice light here at Magic Hour. We got to
Yeah.
get these Malick-esque,
But
even though my camera fucking
we
blows
shall
on this.
go to Bemelman's maybe.
I really need to upgrade my
sometime in the future.
phone. If I could just buy a phone for $200, I would do it. $200, let me get a
We
new
will have to
iPhone.
agree on a night, okay? You can live stream and then meet me at Bemelman's one day, okay?
Yes, we will
Okay.
meet at Bemelman's, okay?
Yes.
Meet me at Bemelman's.
We have to set that up.
Isn't that the documentary or something?
No, There's one that's always at the Carlisle with
Oh,
Bill
that's
Murray.
what it is.
I watched it when I was 15. I was like, I
With
have
Bill
to go.
Murray. These people really hang out the fucking Carlisle.
Oh, that's awesome.
What is Bill Murray doing at the Carlisle?
Drinking.
Drinking?
Well, being at the Carlisle.
I guess you're right.
That's how you.
Is
you're
that
just
what-
always at the Carlisle. You just have to hang out.
What's
at
so
the Carlisle.
special about the Carlisle, I wonder?
Nice
That Steve
place.
Martin and Bill
It's a
Murray
nice
and...
place.
You know, they've aged, because it used to be like, who stayed at the Carlisle? Like,
It's a classy
oh
place.
God, I don't know.
It's a classy place.
Yeah, it's classy. That's what I'm saying.
Where the doorman will actually open the doors for you. So.
Really?
Yes, he opened the doors for me.
Ooh, look at that. Baseball, everybody.
They open it when you come in. They open it when you come out.
Baseball. It's a part of our lives, Roy. Look at that shit. Yeah. Give him the knuckleball. This is live filmmaking. Okay, this is a live Terrence Malick broadcast from my phone. Look at it. It's just life. Isn't it just blowing your fucking mind? Fastball by the Super Talls.
We will pencil on a date. Okay.
See what you got, man. Just throw the gas. Well, that was a change up. Yeah, Bemelman's.
We will go.
I can't wait to see the murals.
Yes, it's nice.
Do they have a cheeseburger? Does Bemelman's have a hamburger? Or-
Maybe I'm not. Yeah, I would think so.
Oh, Ashley.
The Bouvette's
She will-
cheese.
Yeah, the Bouvette. I mean, that was pretty slamming. Although I have not seen it come up on TikTok as one of the best in the city.
People go to Aurelius.
Yeah, that's true. Most of the restaurants that I see on TikTok
Yeah.
are some kind
Places-
of
some
obscure
places
name that
I
like
won't go.
is not really pronounceable.
Or I've been
or-
before and it isn't that good.
Ashley
I know
is
the
not.
true secret.
Ashley's not duped by the ramen. The ramen conspiracy.
I know the real place.
There's Comcast. Look at that's Rockefeller Center right there, where they put that ugly ass Comcast logo. That's really shitty. Guess they want people to live stream it or Instagram it. They want an Instagrammable logo.
Everything is the lights are on. And there's no person.
Oh, for sure.
God,
Then would
I
be
know. I
like,
think that boba place we went to today was probably the worst boba I've ever had. It was so bad.
The
We had to
worst
throw it
boba
away.
you've ever
We threw
had.
it away. Ace and I both threw it away. I was like,
You
"Makes
threw it
sense."
away?
Yeah, it was so bad. No wonder fucking I hate.
Jesus Christ.
If there's one designer I dislike, it's Sandy Liang because all of her designs.
Sandy
I've
Liang.
heard her tailoring's really bad. The clothing material is probably really bad, but it's all like she just adds bows to things, so it's like $600. But of course, she did a partnership with this boba place, and I'm like, of course, the worst meets the worst. But
Oh, Jesus.
I'm a hater.
They
so
did
I
it,
really
yeah,
don't
okay.
get it.
Interesting. So she has a partnership with this terrible boba.
Well, she did, yeah. They're like.
You should
giving
do a
out-
vlog about it. You should do a TikTok, a food TikTok about how the tea sucked. When are you gonna do like day in my life as a influencer?
No, I don't care about that. I just live my life.
I went to
in
the
writing.
Guggenheim to pick up some
I
Jenny
live my
Holzer
life in
condoms.
the writing.
Then I had a boba. It was
I live
kind of
my
mid.
life in my writing.
Ashley, quote unquote, I live my life in my writing.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I don't know. I think this is the Notebook, right? I haven't seen poetry and writing move into TikTok enough, or YouTube for that matter. And so, but there's a lot of poetry on Instagram. Instagram is like a I feel like it has helped to popularize poetry and make it cool. People want to be Instagram poets.
I don't post.
Well, you're like a real poet. You're not just like some person that's doing it because
Yeah.
it's like trendy and like a new kind of that's fine too. But it's it's weird anytime you're doing something for a while and then all these people start to do it like it's cool or something. You're like, oh shit. Suddenly there's like interest in this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right. Oh my God, we're still crossing Central Park. I still haven't even managed to get across the park yet.
I was wearing slip dresses in high school, so
Slip dresses
yes.
in high school.
Even though people.
But you
always
were
say-
not there at 9/11, okay?
I was alive.
You were alive. But it had no effect on you, probably,
No,
really.
I wasn't in the country, so
You weren't in the United States when 9/11 happened?
no.
Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to be in the United States to have it affect you. I was in fucking high school.
I mean, I think it has enough space, but
I was
Changed my life, you know? If it would have happened 4 years earlier, I probably would have been drafted into the forever war. Be driving a I'd be the American Sniper guy. I'd have all kind of PTSD and shit. I'd have to do mushrooms. We're damaged, okay? We're damaged goods as a culture, so we're trying to rehab these VA veterans. God bless the troops. God bless our troops. Well, okay, that's 90 minutes, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Bye. You'll see us at Bemelman sometime soon. Bemelman soon.
Yeah, you'll see us at Bemelman's. You'll see it in the vlog. You'll see it in our food vlog. We'll make a TikTok about review of the Carlisle. Maybe we'll run into Bill Murray. Who knows? All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. This was a bonus. You know, the Tonight Show is going to 4 days, so I'm going to amp it up. You know, they're going less. I'm going to go more. I think we can take them out. I think we can replace them in people's lives. You know, it's fair game. It's open season on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram.
They unfortunately do not.
It's open
They
season.
have beef sliders. They don't
Where?
have.
Bemelman's?
Yeah,
This
they
is
don't
the
have
menu?
burgers. Yeah, they have
Sliders. I went to Arby's yesterday, everybody.
Oh God.
I got the 3 for $5.
ah, sí la tengo, sí la tengo.
Daddy. All right. Let me sit for a minute. Good night, everybody. Godspeed.